Bankroll management. It's not sexy, but outside of winning all of your bets, it's the most important aspect that you need to be on top of to be a profitable sports bettor. And I feel like it receives little to no attention and doesn't get talked about enough. I wonder what this video is going to be about. Let's go. I know for myself that there's been a handful of times over the 2+ years I've been sports betting that I've mismanaged my bankroll and felt a little blue. Welcome into the channel. So whether you're a beginner or a veteran, you're going to find something beneficial from this video that you can add to your repertoire. So the first thing we'll mention off the hop is what a unit is. You'll hear this a lot in the sports betting lingo. It's basically a universal language that we use when we're talking about how much money we're going to put down on a player or our confidence. So 1 unit for me might be $10. 1 unit for you might be $100. It's a size that we're very comfortable betting on. Well, if you came up to me and said, hey, Billy, I'm going to bet Lakers money line tonight and I'm going to put $100 on it. That might be 1 unit for you, but for me, I might be like, oh snap, I was only going to put $10 on it. Like, oh man, maybe I need to put more on it. But no, if you came up to me and said, hey Billy, I'm betting Lakers money line tonight, I'm going to put 1 unit on it. I would say, oh, okay. I know, I'll put a unit on that, right? But for some maybe celebrities or folks that have a much bigger bankroll, that could be 10 grand could be 1 unit. Maybe 50 grand could be 1 unit. So it's just really simple in terms of a confidence bet of how much we want to put on a play. So now we know what a unit is. When it comes to your bankroll, guys, this is money that is completely separate from your personal finances. This is money that if you lost every penny of it right now, just for sports betting, you can still pay your bills and live your life. So if you have a fantastic day, week, or month sports betting, you're not going to dip into your bankroll to pay your cell phone bill or to buy groceries. It's completely separate. Now, in terms of what you want to do with your winnings, that's your business. But for me, my ideal goal with my bankroll is to take what my current bankroll is, which is $25,000, and to make bigger bankroll. So it's kind of like the stock market, right? Anything that I make off of sports betting for that month, it's a dividend. I just reinvest it back into the stock, which is my bankroll. Now, in the last video I just made, some 4 foundational tips that every sports bettor has, linked in the description, I mentioned how you don't want to put more than 5% of your bankroll on one individual play. Now, when we're talking about plays, guys, for me, 90% of my bets are straight wagers, right? So Red Sox money line, that's a straight wager. Lakers plus 3.5, that's a straight wager. We'll get into parlays here just in a little bit, but over 90% of my bets are straight wagers, and I love to live within the 1 to 5% range. Typically, if you're an aggressive sports bettor, 3 to 5% of your bankroll on one play is quite aggressive, where in that 1 to 3% range is a little more conservative, and it all depends on your taste of risk. So whether it's the guy on Twitter or my buddy at the sports bar that's in love with this play, the most I'll ever put down on one play is 5%, and even that is quite aggressive. So when we talk about plays that live in that 1 to 5% range, these are concrete principles. Commandments, if you will. I live by this. This doesn't change. I do not change my bankroll size for the entire month. I then reevaluate the last day of the month to see if I'm going to decrease my bankroll or increase my bankroll. Again, this is just my personal preference, but then that's how my plays change in terms of my unit size or how much I'm putting down on a play is based off of my bankroll size. So after 1 month, I reevaluate and then I increase or decrease my bankroll. Sometimes I just keep it the same. If you're looking for a betting strategy that has baked in the unit size betting, then linked in the description below is a betting strategy I used for 6 months that was very profitable. And the only reason I got off the strategy is because I wanted to switch up and try different things to present to you guys in the channel. Because I'm all about growing and learning and trying. And how am I going to promote something or tell you that you should do something if I'm not going to jump into the fire and the flames and try it for myself? So if you're someone that really enjoys unit betting, then the most you'll ever put down on one play is 5 units, because that's going to be 5% of your bankroll. Now, when it comes to parlays, round robins, maybe the DFS plays like PrizePicks and Underdog, I typically live at the most is 1% that I'll put down on a parlay, and that's really when it's a 2-leg parlay. Anything that's 3, 4, 5-leg parlays, I'll live in that 0.25 to 0.75% of my bankroll on one individual parlay. Parlays, guys, have a long shot of hitting, right? They're massive underdogs, so I do not like to be super exposed and have too much at risk. It's my personal preference. If you are someone that strictly only bets parlays, then my advice to you would be put 2% of your bankroll down at the very most, and even that's an aggressive number that I'm not crazy about. 1% would be really likely, but again, guys, it's all on your risk tolerance and what you have a taste for. Now, in terms of my bankroll being used on a daily basis, the most I've ever had down on one day was half of my bankroll, and that made me a little bit uneasy. Some might argue that I'm not being very efficient with my bankroll because I should be maxing it out each day. But again, it all comes down to your taste of risk. Now, I'm a volume bettor, so I get 20, 30, 40 bets down a day. If you're someone who prefers to maybe do a lot of research and only bet on 1 to 3 plays a day, are you comfortable maybe having at max then 15% of your bankroll gone if you go 0-3 on that day? Because the whole point of this, guys, is to stay conservative and to stay in the game as long as we can. There's nothing worse than going broke and knowing that you can't bet that next day because you mismanaged your bankroll. If you've made it this far in the video and you found some of these insights informative for you, it would mean so much to me if you could subscribe to the channel. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button and leave a comment. Let me know if there's some things that maybe I left out or some other important bankroll management tips that you find very important that you want to share. The last thing that I'll leave you with, guys, is that sports betting is a long play. It's going to take day in and day out of grinding to make a nice, consistent profit. You're not getting rich overnight. So make sure to hit me up on Twitter and slide in my DMs if you have any questions, or leave a comment below. Also, you're going to want to follow me on Twitter because we are nearing 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to be doing a cash giveaway once we hit that 1,000 mark on YouTube. And for the grand prize winner, I'm going to be giving away a 1-month subscription to the OddsJam Platinum plan. And if you already have the plan, then I'm going to take care of it on me for 1 month as a thank you for your support. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. My name's Billy C, and I'll catch you in the next video.